In this lesson, we're going to be working with Bluetooth. We're going to be using the Bluetooth example from the Android SDK. It's a Bluetooth chat program, and it's an extensive one, so we're going to have to use 2 lessons to cover it all. The first part of it will cover the activity, and the second part will cover the background service. Our app will require permissions for Bluetooth and Bluetooth admin in the Android manifest. And the structure of this application is that there will be an activity with a list of messages to display them, both incoming and outgoing, and then an area to type in a message and to send it. There also will be a list of devices to connect to handle pairing. The activity will handle the UI and the initiating of requests, and then there will be a background service that will handle the Bluetooth low-level code and the network socket code. So we're going to take a look at the activity. And in the onCreate, we get a Bluetooth adapter. If that Bluetooth adapter is null, that means Bluetooth isn't supported on the device, so we exit the activity. On the start of the activity, we check to see if Bluetooth is enabled. If it's not, we send out a new intent with the request for Bluetooth being enabled, and we start that activity for a result. So we're going to end up looking for an on-activity result for when Bluetooth has reported that it is enabled. Otherwise, if Bluetooth is already enabled, we set up the chat. Our onResume, if the chat service was not null, then we just restart it. In our setup chat, we have a conversation list, and we're setting up that list adapter. We also have our output edit text, and we want to hook an event to get the return key. So if the user types a message and hits return, we send the message. Likewise, we have a send button, and we'll send the message if they click that button. And finally, we initialize our Bluetooth chat service, and we'll be discussing that in the next lesson. We have a method to ensure that our Bluetooth device is discoverable so that other members of the chat can find the device and pair with it. If we find that it's not discoverable, we send out a request to ask for it to be so, and we start that activity. Our send message makes sure that our chat service is connected, that we have a valid message length, and then we use the chat service to send the message. And we clear our edit area. Our service fires out a number of events, and we want to handle those. The service has a large state machine. Bluetooth has a number of states for when it's listening for connections, when it's in the process of connecting, and when it has connected. So we handle those. And essentially, we're reporting status. And when we actually are connected, we clear out our list. So we have a new conversation going. When we write a message, we add that to our conversation list, indicating that it was us that sent it. And when we receive a message, we indicate who sent it and add it to the list with the message. And when we get a connection, we add to our list that we're connected to and the device name. On our activity result, there were a few activities that we started looking for results. One of them was enabling Bluetooth, and when we get the result that Bluetooth is now enabled, we set up the chat. When we've requested a connection to a device, we get the remote device that was selected, and we tell the chat service to connect to that device. There's an options menu that lists all of the discoverable devices. And when we select one of those, we want to ensure that it's discoverable using that method that we looked at before. And when we scan, we're starting activity for result to request a connection. And that was where this result comes in. So that's the activity portion of it. In our next lesson, we'll take a look at the background service that supports it and does all the low-level code.